This best bets, best ball, and Steph Diggs trade reaction edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com, that's KUTT.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play their fantasy pick 'em for a chance to win 100x in NBA, MLB, NHL, college basketball, and more. Sign up today using promo code SGPN to get a 100% deposit match.
What's up? It's the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz, and you are watching SGPN, and it is awesome. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
What's up, dude? How's it going?
It's going good.
Happy to be alive.
All right. Going big picture there. Kramer, happy to be alive.
Woo, ain't smoking my weed.
We got a fun show on tap, hitting a bunch of subjects. We're going to talk a little best bets in the association. Then joining us, we got a instant reaction of Stefon Diggs getting traded, and then capping it off with a little football with the Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Draft. Before we're joined by Terrell Furman of the NBA Gambling Podcast, just shout out to cut.com. That's right. Head over to Cut, use that promo code SGPN, get that 10% deposit bonus. If you're grinding out NBA every day, like the guys over on the NBA Gambling Podcast, you want the best price, because if you're betting on 82 games a year, and even spread it out more because you're betting every day on the association, then you're going to want to get the best price, and you can get the best price with the ultimate put your money where your mouth is platform. Friendly reminder, Kramer and I have our bets up for the Final Four. If you can take either of our money, and you win the bet, send us a screenshot. You'll get a bonus $100 SGPN gift card. But again, sign up today over at cut.com or download the Cut app. Use promo code SGPN. Joining us on the line, you know him, you love him, from the NBA Gambling Podcast, Mr. Terrell Furman. What's happening, Terrell?
Glad to be alive.
Oh,
Yes.
he's also happy to be alive.
Were you and
Happy to
Ryan
be
involved
alive.
in the car in a car accident I was unaware of? Where you're just like, woo? Did you guys have a Rashi Rice incident where you're just like, hey, happy to be alive, happy to be alive?
I'm glad. It's just good energy. It's good energy. You have the downfall going on in Buffalo, which
yeah.
that I watch and I can see over there. You have a whole bunch of things. Joel Embiid is back. You
He is.
Yes. You have, it's so many good reasons just to be happy. And Joel Embiid coming back is probably one of the better ones, because if you remember,
100%.
Sean, what I
do
text
remember.
you, February 8th, 2024, 9:45 Eastern, 6:45 Pacific.
Yep.
I hope you did it. I hope you did.
I did not. I did not pull the trigger on a Sixers future, because you laid out a great case. You go, hey, he comes back, he's healthy. They're gonna be in a good spot. They're gonna make a run. We see the Bucks falling apart. The Celtics, they're frauds in the playoffs.
What was this date?
February 8th. He was in Vegas. He was in Vegas. I texted to him and I said, place a Sixers championship future while you're in Vegas.
The way they laid down the playoffs,
Sean,
I'm not betting on.
We were
right
at
now.
the paper ticket.
No
palace,
I know.
the Circa.
I was there. I like this
should have
case.
texted Ryan.
Yeah, tell Ryan to bet on the.
You could have
Sixers.
accidentally shredded a future as well. You can't shred them if you don't got them, Sean.
All right, Terrell. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the NBA Gambling Podcast. Get their daily NBA picks, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. What do we like for the Thursday slate, April 4th? What do you got for us?
Oh, well, first I have to talk about the aforementioned Joel Embiid, who is back.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't think the people realize because it's been so long. It was January when Joel Embiid went down with that injury.
Yeah.
But they forget that this team is 27-8 with Joel Embiid in the lineup, including the game they just won. And when he came back, this team wins with Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
They were the number 1 seed before he went down. Well, I don't think they were number 1 seed, but they were top there. They were one of the top teams in the East before he went down. Tyrese Maxey, no Maxey. Embiid got it done last game against the Thunder. Now Maxey probably coming back. Hopefully Embiid plays as well. This is all pending an injury report, of course, but you still have that. Then you have Buddy Hield coming off the bench, who's going to play so well with those two because you have limitless shooting with Buddy Hield on the court, with Kelly Oubre on the court, with Tyrese Maxey on the court, all around Joel Embiid. I mean, I just don't know. I'm excited because Joel Embiid, even though he looked a little out of shape, he did not look bad. He hit his jump shots. He looked really, really good shooting the ball. And man, this is a dangerous Joel Embiid. 27-8. I mean, I hate to give Philly their props, but basketball, they got it. I think the Sixers are going to be a really, really good team with Joel Embiid now. And I'm taking them over the Miami Heat, who are in a terrible spot, laying points at home where they are 43% since 2017.
Yes, I like it. Heat are horrible as a home favorite. I kind of worry a little bit about Jimmy Butler. He seems to get motivated to get up and play against the Sixers, but other than that,
choose that raging pussy over him.
I know that is an all-time
horrible move. You saw I didn't say his name when I said the shooting around Jim B. You saw I didn't say his name, so it was a horrible decision. Of course,
I feel like you have an arch rival like this in real life. Like if you were Jimmy Butler. And you got treated like the Sixers treated Jimmy Butler.
Oh, I would have a chip on my shoulder.
I feel like you have this guy in your life already.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler he's got nacho shoulders because he got so many chips on those shoulders. He plays super motivated. I love, as far as a guy not on the Sixers, he's definitely my favorite player. Air Butler, indeed.
And by the way, real quick question: some are asking, who's feeling the best right now? NFL Sean, MLB Sean, or NBA Sean? This is like the president's race at the National Stadium. Who's out in front right now?
Bryce Harper home runs. That was fun. I am rocking my Flyers t-shirt there. They need to squeeze in a couple wins here, get in the playoffs.
I didn't even mention hockey Sean.
Yeah, hockey Sean. If the Flyers get in the playoffs, it's full on hockey Sean. Oh, 100%.
Number one.
Well, compared to what, couple of regular season? I mean, we'll see. Once the NBA playoffs start.
No, I mean like number
NBA
one
Sean.
over NFL Sean, even in the off season.
No, NFL Sean's always number one. Come
just
on,
check. It was just a test.
It's a silly question.
Yeah.
For me, I love the Nuggets laying 3 at the Clippers tonight. If you're listening to this, I mean, one, the Clippers just kind of suck. They've really fallen apart. You got the Nuggets. They need to win to keep the number 1 seed. Clippers are 3-9 straight up their last 12 games at home. I love the Nuggets either as a small favorite or the couple times this year they've been a dog. You got to be all over them. They're great on the road, 22-15 straight up on the road, and little revenge factor. Last time they played, the Clippers beat them. So good case to be had for the Nuggets laying 3 on the road against the Clippers. Sounds like you're co-signing that, Terrell.
Yeah, that was my second play today. Nuggets -3. And it's just more of less about the Nuggets because I do actually have concern about their bench. I don't think they have any bench depth at all. And that's ultimately why I don't have them win the championship this year, because they're not getting good play off the bench. And, Reggie Jackson shooting the ball poorly. So Jamal Murray's injured, but Kawhi Leonard, that's it. We're just going to fade the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard. Clippers are 3-4 straight up without Kawhi Leonard this season. The 3 wins: Charlotte, Memphis, and Golden State. The 4 losses: Sacramento, Milwaukee, Boston, and OKC. They don't beat good teams. They don't beat good teams without Kawhi Leonard. And last time I checked, despite my fear for their bench, the Denver Nuggets are a really good team. I think Denver's going to run away with this -3 on the road.
Yeah, and Denver cares about the number 1 seed, so I think they'll be invested to win this game, and it's kind of tough for them to win and not cover this.
It was nice of the Joker to shout out another chubby basketball player.
Oh, was he giving love to DJ Burns?
He gave a little shout out the other night. And correct me if I'm wrong. And I'll tie my pick into your Clippers talk because the Clippers just lost to this team. Who I'm about to fade, but did I not? Did I hear Jalen Brunson getting a road MVP chant in Miami? Was that was that an act?
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna take the NBA Ryan as poked his and MLB Ryan are both sitting up like the Undertaker.
Yankees off to a good start.
This is interesting. Not willing to commit any sort of resources, but I have enjoyed other people being annoyed that the Yankees are off to a hot start. So coming off a nice win versus the Clippers, now the Kings go cross country to take on the Knicks. And like I said, I heard Jalen Brunson get an MVP chant in Miami. What the fuck is going on with the NBA in 2024? Give me the Knicks bounce back spot.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kings going on the East Coast could be tough for them. My second play
will be tough for them.
I like this one is a little. Maybe I'm getting a little too crazy, but I've been riding the Warriors. I'm going to keep it going. The Warriors laying 4 at the Rockets. Maybe you can find the 3.5. Warriors very good after a win, 24-15-1 ATS after a win. They've been awesome on the road as well, 25-12 ATS on the road. Rockets were going on a crazy run. Seemingly maybe hit the wall there. 1 point win against the Jazz where they didn't cover.
After Tari Eason's fault is cousin Mush's cousin on twice removed is Tari Eason because Tari Eason goes out there, hey, go to state, go to state online, try to troll, go to state, and they lose 3 straight.
And then Golden State 14-3 straight up last 17 games. So Rockets are feisty at home as a home dog, but I still like the Warriors laying the number. What do you think about this one, Terrell?
I like the Warriors. Not to mention, I'm just superstitious and I hate people that mush things, and so Tari Eason just kind of ruined the Rockets' flow for me. But also, I just think that Golden State is now they're getting to the point in the season where they're about to go on a run because they understand that they have to build momentum getting into the playoffs. I think the thing that everybody talks about with the veteranship is in the playoffs and having those veterans on those teams to get you through the playoffs. But no, it's actually leading up, getting everybody on the same page, understanding, hey, we're about to go into this play-in situation. We're about to go into this playoff situation. We need to be playing our best basketball. We need to get our sets down. We need to know everything that's going on. You have Jonathan Kuminga, who's playing like he's probably the best player of that 2021 draft class, and he's averaging 20 plus points, second leading scorer for Golden State after the All-Star break. Clay is waking up and Clay is getting a rhythm. Yeah. This team's getting healthy. So if you're telling me that Clay is hitting, you're telling me that Kuminga is hitting, and then I still have Steph Curry to fall back on if I ever need him. Oh yeah, I like Golden State. There's not so many situations where you're going to see me fade Golden State this late.
Well, and their defense has been playing well too. I think is kind of a big part of this team. And if they do anything in the playoffs, I think it's going to be based on their defense. Kramer, do you have any other bonus?
Munaf specifically told me to take the Rockets +4. They would have this game circled.
I knew if you went to Munaf for your plays.
And then the Rockets are 26-11-1 at home against the spread this year. Horrible pick.
They're good after a loss too. So.
I'll go head to head with you. Bonus pick. You were talking about someone being bitter at a franchise. Luka might hold the Hawks accountable. He tends to do pretty well versus them. So yeah, Knicks -3.5, Rockets +4, and the Fighting Lukas -11.5. Although maybe a prop is better off there. But.
Yeah, I honestly, because I do think there's a chance this Hawks team without Trae Young, once they got rid of that loser, they've been good.
What's a triple-double Luka price cost now?
They beat Boston.
At least relatively. Yeah, they beat Boston twice. They've had some decent wins, decent covers. 11 feels a hair high. It's a back-to-back for Atlanta.
I'm good. -3.5 Knicks, Houston +4, Dallas -11.5. Bam.
Fading the worst team ATS is never a bad decision. So I can 100% get behind that Mavericks laying 11.5. Fading the worst team ATS is never a bad decision.
Let's go.
Never a bad decision to subscribe to the NBA Gambling Podcast, where you can see Terrell multiple times a week breaking it down, talking NBA picks. You got Scotty Reichel, you got Munaf Manji, you got a great crew over there. So make sure you check them out. And thanks for calling in, Terrell. Appreciate it, man. Let it ride.
Always let it ride.
let it ride. All right, a quick shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Love me some Underdog Fantasy. Of course, use that promo code SGPN. Still time to sign up. Get in. Get that 100% deposit match up to $100 when you use the promo code SGPN. Gave out a little NBA 2-entry pick. I got crazy because I went super spicy with one of the plays. It's hard when you see those multipliers. I should have just taken the Paolo Banchero points over or higher. Instead, I got crazy and went double. Didn't quite get there. Did have I think 6 assists, so I wasn't completely crazy. And then I had Kevin Durant higher points, which he's already hit at 27 points right now. Suns up 102.85 over the Cavs. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Get you 3 or 4 free best ball mania entries. Joining us now on the line to help out with the best ball draft. But before we get to that, the Don of Bills Mafia has to weigh in on the Stefon Diggs trade. Adam Pelletier, why did the Buffalo Bills eat $31 million in dead cap just to get rid of Stefon Diggs? I'm trying to figure it out. You know the Bills. Why did they do this?
Because Stefon Diggs got sick and tired of Bills fans not understanding how to interact with anybody and understanding how to be people. Like this is 100% on Bills fans right now. I've been thinking about this all day, and it just comes down to anytime Stefon Diggs says anything, oh, he's a diva, he's this, he's that. That man went out there and played his ass off for the Bills all 4 years he was here. Sure, he had some drops. Sure, he's getting older, but he wanted to stay in Buffalo. If you had the choice between playing with Josh Allen and playing with anybody else, you would play with Josh Allen 10 out of 10 times. The issue here is it was never a Stefon Diggs problem. It was everybody else not understanding Stefon Diggs. It was people just assuming the worst because of how he left Minnesota and because he never actually went out and said anything. He just made some smart ass funny comments on Twitter, and he just spent his time trolling us all the last 2 years.
He really did get under Bills fans
for no reason. I was texting with Terrell about this earlier, because whenever something happens, I'm like, usually I can go to Terrell and I'm like, so Terrell, what's going on here? And Terrell's like, yeah, I don't know, man. And so that was a good moment where it was just, people are just filling in the blanks of things that we don't actually know. And it's going to hurt the Bills this year. Next year, it'll feel better because it's a $33 million hit this year. This is a rebuild mode. Okay. I hate the move, hands down. The only thing that's going to excuse this move, if Brandon Ayuk ends up in a Bills uniform before the NFL draft and they draft another receiver. So that's the only thing. If the Bills don't bring in 2 young receivers between now and the end of the NFL draft, Brandon Beane should not be employed another day as Buffalo Bills GM.
I believe Beane has traded up every draft. He's at least over the last 4 years. I saw a graphic.
I don't think he can get high enough to get a receiver. He needs to sit where he's at, and he needs to make a move to get a guy like Ayuk.
Well, yeah, and I don't think. And you guys,
I disagree. I think this is a very deep receiver class, and I think people who are referred to as smart people who talk about football are talking about the sharp organizations right now are cycled up to need linemen and wide receivers because this class
if the Bills showing you that they're a smart organization in team building right now. Brandon Beane has no credibility in my mind when it comes to building a team. Okay.
So is all Joe Shane? Is that what you're saying?
It might have been all Joe Shane because they hit on Josh Allen and it's been nothing else. Okay. And you just have bad decisions after bad decisions. You gave Von Miller so much money and he's for 4 sacks. And you've invested so many assets in a defensive line that can't get pressure in the playoffs. So what's the point? Your player assessment is clearly flawed, and you're highly dependent upon your coaching staff to prop up your bad draft misses.
It does seem like at least what they've done is they've consolidated all this dead money into this year, like you're saying. I will say that is something maybe Joe Shane brought over from Buffalo, but like when you're gonna eat the pill, eat it hard. And so,
well, they seem to be clearing house, like getting rid of a ton of cap. It does feel like a kind of a roster reset, but they
kind of had to. Like,
but you're in this Josh Allen prime of his career window where I don't know, man. To Adam's point, I think you do make a move to push for Brandon Ayuk. We had David on from our lads. He was saying, I think Brandon Ayuk gets traded. I think the Bills could probably put together a decent package for him, and 49ers would feel good trading him out of conference.
Well, all right. So if the value of receivers, we've seen like Cooper. I mean, we've seen receivers are cheap, and so a first rounder almost certainly.
Well, it is funny. I mean, it is funny in a weird way. The Bills not getting a great return might help them in their trade for Brandon Ayuk.
So 28 and that 2025 second, and all of a sudden the Bills have Brandon Ayuk, and then they need to spend a second round pick on a receiver again because it's an arms race. I started saying it last year that the Bills are in an arms race in the AFC and they don't understand the game they're playing because you can't contain Patrick Mahomes. You have to match him. And the Bills defense was let down time and time again by the offense this year. That was a defense that, I mean, Brandon Beane called me a few times to come play linebacker. They were so thin, and I have never played a snap of linebacker in my life, but I'm more athletic than AJ Klein at the end of the day. So this is just where that team was at by the end of the season.
Adam also refused to run the 3-cone drill at the combine.
Yeah, he's like, my tape speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I'm explosive. You don't have to go over my measurables.
No, not explosive. Smart player. My brains make up for it.
I gotta ask the question then. All right, so Sean and I were talking about this in the office. Does Diggs' fantasy value go up or down?
It's a great question.
Down. Okay. It takes a hit and it goes down. But CJ Stroud's goes up because Diggs goes from being the clear number one best receiver in the system down to being one of 3-4 good receivers and options. And so this is great for CJ Stroud because someone's going to be open.
What order do they finish fantasy points this year?
I think it's going to be Collins, Diggs, and Dell. I think that's going to be the order, but I think you're going to get big games from all of them. And the other thing is Diggs isn't going to have to carry some of the early season load that he's had to carry in Buffalo. I mean, Diggs has had some monstrously stupid target games in Buffalo because there has been nobody else. Now going to Houston, they're able to spread the work out, and Diggs can do work in the playoffs.
I think
he's ironically going to be the Ayuk role in the offense.
Well, I'll say this too: like if he thinks he's going to go in there and be the number one alpha dog receiver role, I don't know if that's the best thing for the Houston Texans. And the Houston Texans, their offense is modeled off the San Francisco 49ers, which is you use a lot of the run game to set up some of this pass stuff. I worry he's going to be not happy with his role, not happy with the amount of targets he has.
He has to go there. I mean, now we've kind of found out.
Well, the grass is always greener on the other side till you get to the other side, Ryan. Then you're like, oh shit, I'm not getting 12 targets a game.
But maybe that's not what it was about. I don't know. Like it seemed like there was something personal there.
I don't know how personal it is. I do think it comes down to kind of a business decision that the Bills made because they were going to eat 33 million no matter what. It was just whether they ate 33 million this year or they ate 33 million over the next 2 years. And they made a decision to say, we're going to eat the 33 this year and lose an additional 4 million in our cap space. At a certain point, Sean's right. You got to eat it at some point. Let's eat it this year. Just be done with it. And we're sending Diggs, and Diggs, to his credit, posted on Instagram, felt great about the 4 years that he was in Buffalo. And I would tend to believe that because I do think that this was a great spot for him. I think working with Josh Allen, and he's right. He made Josh Allen. Josh Allen is hyper talented, but if he doesn't get Stefon Diggs at that point in his career and his development, Josh Allen is not making the money he's making today.
And he made me because that year I went off the board and said Josh Allen, number one fantasy quarterback, and everyone said I was a fraud and didn't know what I was talking about.
Here we go.
Steph Diggs certainly helped make that happen. All right.
Just put a quarter in the machine.
Yeah, come on. You got to
just be careful, Kramer. He's gonna start talking about his mock drafts next. I mean, it's in that season.
Oh, don't worry.
Have we heard the DraftKings story in a while? I mean, we've got Sean's got 3 hits and he just plays them over and over.
It's
like a 3-chord song from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Who did I think I mentioned it to the Lads guy. I mentioned it anytime we're talking ball. I know ball. Hey, Sean. If you know ball, you also know where you go to get tickets, aka Game Time. That's right. Going to watch some of these games. Maybe you want to go to the Bills game, burn your Stefon Diggs jersey, or maybe you're going to want to go hop on the Texans bandwagon. Plenty of room for the Texans bandwagon. Seats were getting more expensive last year as they finally started to be good. Everyone will be having the Texans as their Super Bowl pick, and they're gonna. The funniest moment is when these talking heads on like the basic shows are gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna shock the world. I think the Texans get it done in the AFC. I mean, oh yeah, the team that's like third in the odds to win the conference. You're shocking the world. Just prepare for that bandwagon to get pretty full there in Houston. Maybe you want to see the Texans play in person. Maybe you want to check out the Final Four. Whatever it is. You can get the best tickets at the best price over at GameTime.co. Use the promo code SGPN. Get you $20 off, or download the app today and use that promo code SGPN. All right.
Should we head into a draft?
I think we should. We got some guys in the chat. I know Cody's in there. I'm sure he's hungry for some best ball activities.
I'll let Josh bring up the screen first so we can. All right, so 10. We're still doing the big board. It seems like it's getting more and more filled, but we're almost there.
Let me know when to enter, Ryan. I'm hovering.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna poke my head in.
Okay, let me know.
We haven't had any failed experiments. Oh my goodness, what is a network error? What is this?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Uh oh.
All right, let's try again.
Try again. YouTube.com/sportsgambling podcast. You can see Kramer's balance, I think. Should I hop in, Ryan?
Yeah,
waiting for 11 people.
Oh, everyone hop in. Perfect.
So we got a lot of spots open. I know Serial's in the chat. I see Cody. See Grant. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate the checking out. Hunter. Shout out to Hunter. YouTube.com/sportsgambling podcast. Adam, do you have any fantasy hot takes already loaded up for the season?
He does.
You're not afraid to shy away from a good hot take. Are you cooking any up? Are you close to firing on any?
I mean, I'm waiting to see where some of these guys land. My big question is going to be where these rookie quarterbacks land. I know it's not overly hot takey, but I think Jayden Daniels is going to be the best fantasy rookie quarterback this year. That just feels like.
That's very hot take.
I mean, I don't think it's hot takey because he's the best runner out of all of them. I mean, that's just it. Like no one else is going to run. Caleb Williams, I think Caleb Williams is going to be fine, but I think it's Jayden Daniels this year. Also, Dalton Kincaid, like quarterback one or tight end one this year because no one else is catching the ball except Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, I was on him. Why'd they get rid of Gabe Davis if they were going to get rid of Stefon Diggs, Adam?
Because
any thoughts? No, I'm
Gabe Davis is the softest big receiver you've ever watched play. I've never seen a 6'4" guy lose more jump balls to 5'9" guys, and I've never seen a big receiver unable to toe tap worse than Gabe Davis.
He burned me a lot of money in fantasy because I definitely fell for him hard.
Oh yeah.
When they had that game against the Chiefs, I'm like, this guy's fucking the man. He's unguardable.
My friend Dave,
he did that twice.
My friend Dave likes to talk about how Gabe Davis is the best at running deep after a guy falls down. And he's not wrong. He really isn't.
All right. The draft is out. I'm sitting at the 3 spot. Kramer, you're at 9. Cody, 10. Adam Pelletier, 11. SGPN DGens only. Who is that, Ryan? I don't know off the top of my head that username.
I think that might be producer.
Josh. Oh, producer Josh in here. Let's go.
Yeah, I thought so. There's a couple DGens only accounts.
Well, I do like Anthony Richardson. I mean, You want to talk about rushing quarterback, massive upside in that offense.
I was going to say, as it pertains,
and you can get him pretty easily as your second quarterback.
As it pertains to Jayden Daniels, though, it does seem like if Anthony Richardson's going down with some injuries, like, are we not a little worried about the slightness of Jayden Daniels?
Yeah, I hear accounts that he's under 200. So we'll see. We'll see where he ends up. We'll see what kind of offense they're running.
You think you could take him in some
Oklahoma drill? 100%.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey first off the board. Do I get a Tyreek Hill? Do I get a Jamar Chase? Adam, any chance Bills are trading for T Higgins?
I mean, there's always a chance. I would not be thrilled on that. T Higgins he's really old. He's deceptively old. I think he's very close to 30, if I recall. No, he's only 25. Never mind. He's younger than I thought. He's 25. He's younger than Ayuk. I'd be okay with T Higgins. I thought he was older. He's been around a while.
He does seem like he's been around a while. So Christian McCaffrey goes, Jamar Chase goes. I go.
But I don't see the Bengals trading to a conference rival like the Bills did.
Yeah, I go Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson off the board at 4. CeeDee Lamb at 5.
I was discussing this with you earlier, Sean, but I was doing an FFPC best ball draft, and I was shocked that Justin Jefferson fell down to 7th. Granted, it's full PPR too. I think people are getting excited about some of these running backs. Bijan, Breece Hall. You're seeing they're going later in these underdog drafts, but 5 and 6 for their ADP. Are you? I mean, you're not. Is there any chance that you would take either of those guys if you had pick 5, 6, or 7?
That compared to the Justin receivers. Jefferson or no, sorry,
Bijan or Breece Hall.
No,
I don't get that at all.
No. I mean, Breece Hall is interesting, and I think I'll have a good year. But I mean, half point PPR. I don't know what it is. They have so many different people to throw the ball to in New York. I can't recall Aaron Rodgers ever throwing a ton of passes to running backs. I don't know. It feels like very touchdown dependent. Puka Nacua goes. Kramer takes Amon-Ra St. Brown. Cody with the wise choice of AJ Brown, and Adam buying into the
spicy,
buying into the Falcons hype with Drake London first round pick.
I mean, when has Kirk Cousins not made a receiver good?
No, that's
he got Terry McLaurin paid. He got Justin Jefferson paid. He's gonna get Drake London paid next.
Well, I would say Justin Jefferson got himself paid, but I see what you mean. Garrett Wilson,
someone
Jahmyr
had to throw
Gibbs.
Him the ball.
And Adam drafts Josh Allen. Good luck trying to stack him.
It's gonna be a great. Josh Allen just became a great value stack because you're gonna just throw darts at some rookie receivers, Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid, and you're gonna be a happy play, and you're gonna be a happy person.
Adam Kramer, should one of us draft Dalton Kincaid?
I was thinking about. Well, I mean, I assume he's gonna draft. I was looking at Brandon Ayuk. But
Cody takes Jonathan Taylor. Kramer takes Kyron Williams. Kind of a little surprising there.
This part, I've drafted enough now to realize I don't love this kind of tail end of the first round. If it falls a certain way, and basically if these running backs don't go ahead of me, I'm going to take them there because compared to the receivers that I'm getting in the same spot, I not a ton of confidence. I'd rather take a sure thing like Kyron Williams. That offense is going to produce. I mean, he's going to be producing a ton in that offense, one way or another. I mean, even if they don't hit optimally and he doesn't score all the touchdowns, he's still going to be heavily utilized. And McVay is very excited about him, much like he was to show everyone that awesome trick his dog could do around the pool during Hard Knocks.
Brandon Ayuk goes. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Don't get taken Marvin Harrison Jr. this high.
I mean, any rookie receiver, it's just so much projection.
I mean,
Saquon Barkley goes.
Where's Harrison going to end up? Sean, tease your mock draft. Where's Harrison going to end up?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Most accurate mock drafter.
Well, right now the consensus would be Arizona, but I don't know.
You're on the clock, Sean.
Devontae Adams goes. Nico Collins available. You know what? I'll get a little Miami stack going. I think they're a soft playoff team, but they put up some numbers in the regular season. So I'm going to get Devin Achane to pair with Tyreek Hill.
I don't think that Marvin Harrison's going to be the first receiver.
Wow.
Whoo.
Oh my God.
I think the fact that he's not worked out at all.
This is a little red flag. Well, and Nabers, Adunze. I mean, I feel like we're gonna talk ourselves into Adunze first receiver at like 20-1, Ryan.
Nabers
or Nabers,
maybe yeah, probably Nabers over Adunze. I like Adunze. I almost kind of like him a little bit more than Nabers, but Nabers is, I think, the guy the Giants would take if they had the opportunity.
Yeah, I gotta dive in and see. Yeah, what Adam?
I think Adunze is going to be hurt by the fact, when was the last time we had a good Washington receiver versus how often do we have a good LSU and Ohio State receiver?
It's the speed thing too. It's like Marvin Harrison has a name and the speed thing.
John Ross was fast too. Just remember.
It's true.
I believe he also went to Washington.
Miami super team assemble for me.
Whoa,
I got
what is going on?
I got Achan, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle.
Whoa.
I mean, Sean really wants to roll with a mediocre quarterback who's going to get benched midway through the year for whatever UFL superstar they bring up.
I don't know if you need. I don't know if you actually need Tua in this.
Wow.
I mean, I'm serious.
Miami doesn't think they need Tua either. Let's just remember that.
Maybe
I haven't gone to Dolphins Reddit in a while. I don't know if they've gotten to the hopeful stage yet, but there was some fun doom and gloom there. As depressed as I've been as a Bills fan, I've never been that low as a Dolphins fan.
Dolphins trade Tyreek Hill and a first-round pick to the Chargers for Justin Herbert.
Oh, can you imagine Harbaugh and Tyreek Hill? Come on. Come on.
Well, they both have a lot of kids.
Oh, that's true.
So maybe they could bond over
Phillip Rivers too. They could some co-op daycare.
Sam Laporta off the board. Michael Pittman Jr., Chris Olave, DK Metcalf. Nabers goes. Kramer, you're on the clock.
This is an interesting, a relatively interesting time in the draft. Let's see, how many picks do I have? I don't think it's gonna come back to me.
Travis Kelce, end of the third round. He's an interesting projection. Are you high or low on Kelce, Adam?
I go back and forth because it might be the year he finally falls off a cliff because he's getting up there in age and he's dating a billionaire. So what incentive does he have to come to work and bust his ass every day? He had his Super Bowl swan song. Now it's all just wrapping up and putting bows on his brother's retired. He's going to see his brother's life and be like, man, I want that.
Yeah. It's tough to imagine him super motivated. So Adam, all right, recap here. Cody got Tank Dell. Adam took Travis Etienne Jr. Producer Josh took Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith. That's a nice little stack there. End of third, beginning of the fourth. James Cook goes to Adam Pelletier. Cody goes Mike Evans. Kramer, you're back on the clock.
Yeah, I think we were taking T Higgins like 2 rounds earlier last year. And I'm gonna I think I'm just gonna consistently take him in this spot. Maybe he gets dealt into a better situation. Maybe he's in the same situation that we already liked.
He won't be as banged up as he was last year, and Joe Burrow's gonna play the full season. So T Higgins is a steal right now if you're getting him in round 4 or 5.
To me, him and Cooper Kupp. It's just the decision was like, give me the guy who might get dealt into a better situation. And then I was also considering maybe I grab Rashee Rice or Pacheco to pair with Kelce and sneak him a home stack maybe in the back door.
Rashee Rice just went. Lamar Jackson went.
Will he be suspended?
No.
Yeah. By the way, you see that coach is getting to serve his DUI suspension in the offseason for 3 weeks. How does that even work? How can you be suspended in April if you're a football coach? Someone's got to look into this.
They took 3 weeks salary, so
they're never gonna look into it. Kramer, you're asking too many questions that make sense to the rest of us. It's the same reason why the NFL needed to suspend Deshaun Watson one week for every alleged incident. That just makes too much sense.
Watson.
I took Keenan Allen. I mean,
look at you.
He could be like a PPR god
back
in that
on
Chicago.
Keenan Allen.
No, I mean the dude just catches a shit ton of passes with Caleb Williams.
I mean, the Bears are drafting Caleb Williams, and they're not going to give him any reason to be bad. And in a best ball, that's going to be a great thing. In managed leagues, I think you want to stay away from the Bears receivers just because you see with rookie receivers, they often can't carry, or rookie quarterbacks, they can't carry multiple receivers to fantasy relevancy. And really, you see the receivers take a hit anyways. So even as good as people are trying to tell us Caleb Williams is, which is very good from things I've heard from people who've been working out on the ground with him, is
the best.
It was, and these aren't people who worked with Caleb Williams. These were other people who were training at the facility, said in the 2 weeks before pro day, he just took it to another level that I didn't know existed. And I can't believe how good he is, and the way he's processing the game is off the charts.
Yeah. I mean, he's been, I mean, a couple of the college shows I listened to were talking about like Spencer Rattler, 5-star, like mega recruit. And the second Caleb Williams shows up, they're like, yeah, I mean, Spencer Rattler might not be the best player on his team. And it's like, who the fuck is this Caleb Williams guy? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, I think the chance he completely busts is I think his floor is somewhere above what we got from Justin Fields.
Little quarterback run as we get CJ Stroud. I take Anthony Richardson, Patty Mahomes off the board. We'll get back to the action in just a second. Of course, shout out to Unified. Whether you're a world-class athlete like Patrick Mahomes or Anthony Richardson, or a world-class podcaster like me, we all understand the importance of mental and physical well-being, proper recovery for top-notch performance. Again, NFL is crazy with all the different stuff they do to get your body right. The cold tubs, the hot tubs, the sleeping in the hyperbaric chamber. You got to stay on the cutting edge. A la Unified Healing. Pretty excited that they're sponsoring this episode. Unified Healing is a new and super innovative global network of wellness centers powered by the Energy Enhancement System, or the EE System. If you haven't heard of EE System yet, you want to listen up. The technology promotes wellness, deep relaxation, purification, rejuvenation. Whether you're here in LA or hundreds of other locations across the globe, access to the center is easy and affordable. Interested in experiencing the EE System technology for yourself? Go to unifiedhealing.com/SGPN to learn more and find a center near you. That's UNIFYD healing.com/SGPN. Of course, no material testimonials on the Unified Healing website are intended to be viewed as medical advice or a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment before undertaking a new healthcare regimen, including the EE System. Catching you up on some of the picks here. We got Amari Cooper, Mark Andrews, Trey McBride. Man, I don't know if that's sustainable. Odunze, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara, Dalton Kincaid, Jaden Reed, Joe Mixon, Kyle Pitts. Adam, you're drinking the Kyle Pitts Kool-Aid.
He can't possibly be worse this year, and he was pretty decent last year when they actually threw the ball. Well, again, Kirk Cousins makes guys good. This isn't a rookie coming in. This is a veteran. This is a guy who loves to sling the ball. And this is a guy you like that, and he wants to prove where he is. So in these middle rounds, if I can stack Dalton Kincaid and Kyle Pitts and complete this Falcons and Bills stack, I'm going to be pretty happy, because I think both those offenses are going to be good, particularly the Bills. Yes, no Stefon Diggs, but Josh Allen's going to throw the ball more. Josh Allen's going to run the ball more, because the Bills are going to be down in games or trying to put teams away in games. And I think that's going to be good for Josh Allen.
Yeah. I mean,
you want to you don't need to tell everyone, but I did just, won't have Mahomes on the team, but I did just accidentally scoop up a bunch of the Chiefs offense. Low cost, the Chiefs offense this year.
Kramer is Marquise Hollywood Brown, Kenneth Walker, Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr. Goes as well. Or sorry, yeah,
he's a
Brian Thomas Jr.
I mean, to me, I don't know. The more that you see how good the receivers that Jayden Daniels was chucking through too, I'm close to saying I'm completely out on Jayden Daniels, and I think unlike what Adam's saying, I think he's going to be a bust.
Maybe I go running back here, Ryan. Aaron Jones, David Montgomery.
Ooh, you know I like me some Aaron Jones.
Adam, do you like Aaron Jones? I'm skeptical.
He's old. He's old. Like he's an old back.
I'm going David Montgomery.
I'd rather have David Montgomery. Yeah,
more up your alley.
I also want to draft Najee Harris, but the fact that they signed Cordero Patterson does scare me because Arthur Smith loves CPAT. He does.
Yeah, get ready for a running back by committee across the board in Pittsburgh. Just 30% of all running back touches going to each of those guys, and then 10% is going to be a Justin Fields package. It's going to be the worst offense Pittsburgh's ever seen. They're going to be begging for Matt Canada back.
I do like the idea of I'm blanking. I do like the idea of Justin Fields late. I mean, he is dirt cheap in these drafts.
I'll probably take him a couple of him last round because imagine
a couple of him.
We got a couple shares, Ryan. I mean, imagine Russell Wilson gets knocked out in the fantasy football playoffs and they have to start Justin Fields a couple games and he just runs for 125 yards.
I've seen it in my dreams.
There's a very, I wouldn't say likely scenario,
Kramer,
but it's pretty.
In Kramer's dreams, though, he was in Giants blue. Instead, he has Drew Lock and Tommy Cutlets backing up Daniel Jones. Where, I mean, how you feeling about that, Kramer? Because one of those, the combination of those two guys is going to start at least 7 games this year for the Giants.
I'm very bullish on the unmolded clay of Drew Lock. Just and then who knows? Who knows? They're going to take. They're drafting a quarterback. And if I keep seeing these mocks that lead me to believe that they'll get Drake May, then that would be exciting. Drake May would. I think I'm at a place where Drake May would be the most exciting quarterback to end up.
You're excited by Drake May?
Yeah. I think so.
Good kid. I mean, I knowing people who know him, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
Is everything I've been told. Good kid, great kid. But he did, couldn't necessarily get the starting job as a freshman in high school, so he transferred high schools. There is that. Just keep that in mind.
I mean, I guess that I'm not too worried about that. It's a valid point, though. I appreciate you bringing it up.
I'm just sharing some inside information here.
The problem with Ryan is he's got to cover a lot of bases. He's got to lay some groundwork because you don't know what the Giants are going to do, and you don't want to be on record bashing. No,
I'm confident to say I won't be happy. I will be lukewarm if it's JJ McCarthy. I'll be excited if it's Drake May. I'll be annoyed. I'll be very, very mad if it's Jayden Daniels.
Adi, please clip this.
Please clip away, motherfucker.
You don't need to yell at Adi.
That wasn't an Adi. That was a you.
Oh, okay. No, but
it sounded like it was Adi.
Yeah, come on.
That's how I interpret it.
Kramer takes Tony Pollard.
Oh yeah, he's back home in Tennessee. This is the year after the year, Sean.
Cody takes Zamir White. That's why Cody is a very smart fantasy player and in an insane number of leagues. Like, I mean, with no Josh Jacobs, like, what are the running backs or what are the Raiders doing at running back?
Zamir White.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Have you seen? I mean,
getting him in the 7th round, I think is a very sharp play. Shout out to you, Cody.
I think there will be more guys. I mean, like there'll be other running backs. Antonio Pierce is on record as saying he likes multiple running backs because he likes to run the damn ball. When he played for the Giants, what he refers to, like they were constantly rotating back. So I do think he has a preference. All right, I'm gonna do a little reaching here, Sean.
Adam took Jalen Warren.
I don't know. I'm about to take nothing but receivers now.
Yeah.
Kramer takes Jamison Williams that.
I got Amon-Ra, so
massive upside.
Well, you heard what Dan Campbell was saying about him. He thinks he feels like he's finally gotten there, coming around the corner.
Do we think Austin Eckler has any reason to draft him?
Yeah. I mean, he is an old guy. That's what Adam would tell you here. There's probably a younger guy you could take. But yeah, I mean, think about what he's like. What is he going to be in Cliff Kingsbury's offense? This is the concerning part for me. But I mean, think about when we were on the sideline watching Coach Leach up in Pullman, Sean.
Yeah.
Max Borghi just running the same fucking route as the running back over and over and over and over. That would be Austin Eckler. So there is a certain appeal to how many passes he could catch in that offense.
But I mean, his 2022 numbers were so volume driven. I mean, his numbers dropped 80 total touches. His yards per game, his yards per game were down 11. He wasn't finding the end zone as much, and his yards per attempt were down by a full yard. I mean, do you think Washington is where he's going to suddenly find this fountain of youth and be rejuvenated? Do we think it was all offense, or is it the fact that he's 29 going on 30?
Yeah, but they could be losing a lot of games and he could catch 6 passes a game, and we're in the 9th round now.
I don't give a fuck. I'm drafting Raheem Mostert and Devin Achan.
That's the smart move. That's a much smarter move.
Are you ready for them to draft a rookie to come in and supplant both of those guys and just go full Shanahan? They're gonna sign Anthony McFarland from the UFL, and he's gonna take all the snaps.
Hey, he was on the Steelers for a bit. He's, that's not the craziest thing you've said. Austin Eckler's still out there. Maybe I got to consider a little Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what I end up pulling the trigger on.
Do you have a quarterback yet, Sean?
Yeah, Anthony Richardson.
Just me that doesn't have a quarterback.
And I got a couple in my queue.
I'm doing that dance with the devil again, where I don't take quarterbacks and I end up with nothing but shitty quarterbacks. So would you be? I mean, Adam, you would be happy if they drafted one, right?
Massively
that would be
happy.
acceptable.
I want them to draft at least 2.
But if they don't trade for one and they just draft one,
then I'm pissed, and I want Brandon Beane's job.
Okay.
If there are not 2 brand new shiny receivers in the Bills clubhouse that were by the end of day 2 of the draft, Brandon Beane should not be allowed to make picks on day 3.
He's gonna throw a tantrum if that happens, Sean.
Me? I'm not gonna throw a tantrum. I'm just
Adam,
gonna.
Have you ever burned a jersey?
I have never burned a jersey. Jerseys are expensive, man. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I
donated
reasonable.
I donated my Carson Wentz jersey.
Listen, I know I play an unreasonable jackass, but I'm really a reasonable person 90% of the time.
You're one of the more reasonable Bills fans.
One of the more reasonable jackasses.
Yeah, I'm one of the more reasonable jackasses you'll ever meet.
What are we doing here? Eckler's gone. I was considering it. I was half considering it, peeking my eye on it. Got some running backs out there.
How do you feel about Devin Singletary now, Kramer?
I think, I mean, he probably a better option in the offense than Saquon, dancing around back there. There's a couple of running backs that are very, very interesting to me right here. But I feel like I should take a pass catcher. Why is Dallas Goedert being left behind in the Philly offense this year?
He's not.
Okay.
He's going to have a big role.
Tight end 2, Dallas Goedert.
Beer Guy 27, aka Cody, takes Brian Robinson Jr. Adam Pelletier completes his stack with the one and only.
Beautiful job, Adam. Beautiful job.
I have one receiver on my roster right now.
No, you're not doing it right.
No, I'm not.
So Goddard consistently seems to be falling pretty far.
I keep getting stuck here. Like, I have a crop of receivers that I like, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way all 6 of these guys go off the board. And then you know what happens? All 6 of them go off.
Curtis Samuel is available, Adam.
I'd rather have Khalil Shakir. I'd rather have an actual wide receiver as opposed to a gadget player.
Oh, wow.
That's fair.
I like Curtis Samuel. He's going to be a good real life player. I don't want him on my fantasy team.
You get your Mac Hollins jersey yet?
I don't want to talk about that.
That's awesome.
Mac Hollins is good. I'm telling you.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's terrible.
Oh, wow.
Mac Hollins is a cheaper version of Trent Sherfield, who is an overpaid special teamer who's most famous for blocking his own team's punt with his ass.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Deep pull.
That's a strong words. Can't take those back. Trevor Lawrence still on the board.
Goldilocks
as the running backs liquidate. Any this is the part where the draft where the receivers are just confusing. It's a bunch of guys where it's like some of them I'm not even sure why they're being drafted here. The rookies, I think people just get curious.
I know Adam's rookie curious.
He's very rookie curious, I'm sure.
Incredibly. I hope 2 of them are Buffalo Bills.
Oh, someone drafted Tua. What an idiot!
No, what? Wait, Sean. What? How are you going to stack the Dolphins now? You going to get Mike White?
I would take Mike White over Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm not gonna do that.
Adam's been waiting for that take. He wanted to fire that one off.
I think Tua's hot garbage, and I think we have a full season of evidence that Tua cannot win in games that matter against good teams.
Well, but it's a regular season thing. Is the counter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, did you watch him down the stretch there? Look,
yeah, but that was like to your point. But also, it's best ball, so
yeah,
it is best ball. So he's going to get you. He might get you to the playoffs, but he's going to fall apart in the playoffs. I mean, as soon as they play, if they have to play any team with a winning record, he's going to be garbage for you.
Yeah.
I mean, down the stretch last year, he had no 300-yard games after October, or he had one. He had one 300-yard passing game after the month of October, and his touchdown high was 2.
Any thoughts on? Oh man, there are so many. Sean, Justin Herbert's still available. What's going on? What's going? We're in the 10th round.
Are we sure he's good? Are we sure he's not just a bigger arm Trevor Lawrence?
Wow.
Ooh.
Less mobile, bigger arm.
Why is Tyler Lockett still out there?
It's a good question, Ryan.
Okay.
Thanks. 30.
I just drafted Justin Herbert in the 11th round. What are you doing?
Nice. You stole him right out of my queue.
What are you going to do when they start Easton Stick?
Laugh. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just putting it out there. We're all thinking it.
I mean, he is a mobile guy. Harbaugh's going to appreciate it.
He did cash me a first touchdown.
Harbaugh's going to trade up for JJ McCarthy and go get his guy. Justin Herbert for the Giants.
You and Ryan must be drinking from the same Kool-Aid.
Justin Herbert to the Giants, so the Chargers can take JJ McCarthy.
All right, I could get talked into that.
He's a big Daniel Jones.
I mean, God, how sad would Decker be if that happened? He'd be very sad.
He'd talk himself into it.
Probably, but he'd be very sad.
It's what good fans do. You talk yourself into it, okay? The amount of rationalization I had to hear from friends and family members today about why the Diggs trade was good was enough to set me off all day. I was irritated. And then Moonoff never delivered with the emergency NFL pod. It was frustrating. I needed to have an unhinged take on the day it happened, but we started recording after midnight, so it's a new day, so I have to let it go.
That's all right. I mean, worse things have happened to you.
That's true. I watched Stefon Diggs drop a deep ball in the playoffs. I watched the Texans get the refs calling the game for him. I've seen some shit in my day as a Bills fan.
Ooh. This is how many receivers do you have now, Adam?
2. I got Khalil Shakir and Drake London. Now it's all receivers from here on out. I don't need another tight end. I don't need another quarterback. And I don't really need a running back because I have 4 that I'm good with Warren, Swift, Cook, and ETN.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta slurp up some rookie receivers. Let's take Lad McConkey. Lad.
Cody just took Jayden Daniels.
That's a bad pick.
11th round. It's
Cody knows better.
Jerry Jeudy.
They gave him a bunch of money for a reason.
Yeah,
I see the upside.
Trying to get ahead of the market. Maybe he's still good. It's a bit of a gamble, I would say. Would you agree, Sean?
Well, I don't know in the 11th round.
No,
but,
no,
I'm
signing him.
Signing him. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a gamble playing Deshaun Watson when he's not that good.
I mean, I think we all know it's going to be Joe Flacco before the end of the year.
Well, they're gonna have to trade him, get him off the Colts, pry him off there.
Oh God, did he sign with the Colts?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll go rookie. Keon Coleman.
Who is the Browns' backup?
It's
Jameis. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're very happy for this.
I know what I'm doing in the late rounds if it works.
So when you're, I highly recommend. So everyone, I'm sure it will eventually gain great buzz, but Keon Coleman is this year's Puka. Slow 40, super slow 40 time. But ran the. I want to say, I'll confirm this right now. He ran the fastest speed on the GPS in the gauntlet drill, where you have to run in the straight line across the field and catch the footballs coming at you from both directions. So in game simulation, he had the fastest speed, much like Puka did last year. So interesting nugget. Keon Coleman, great pick by me. Thank you.
Quentin Johnson or Josh Palmer?
Quentin, Josh Palmer.
Really?
I don't know. So
I'm gonna go Quentin Johnson.
Who blocks better? I would say not the TCU guy.
I just like the idea that a massive upside. You know, if anyone can fix it, maybe it's Harbaugh.
But the problem is if he's not gonna, the TCU guys don't always block very well. Maybe
we all watched that national championship. They don't do anything well.
Where did Palmer go? Is he's an SEC guy? I think he's maybe Tennessee or something like that. Either way, that's a tough look.
Chargers are going to take a receiver. They can't sit there as it currently stands with nobody.
Be funny if Harbaugh drafts more.
Did you see that clip
receivers.
of Harbaugh when they're asking him about the receiver room?
Like he gives a shit about the receiver room. I didn't see the clip. What does he say?
I'll try and find it.
He watched the UFL in the T-bone formation and didn't realize that was still an option in modern football. So he's about to just run out there and do that. Get some wing T going. Colby Dant's going to become the biggest Chargers fan ever.
You know he is. It's gonna be this tough thing for him though, because he's gonna have to go to SoFi.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to start a campaign to get the roof removed from SoFi so he can be a true. And then he's going to start in with, well, it's a roof, but it's an open air roof. It's fine, guys.
I will say, as someone who's been attended, the stadium's beautiful. It's you feel the ocean breeze. You feel like you're outside.
It's a fun hang.
It's a nice place. Anyone who's saying anything else is full of shit.
Colby, it has a roof on it. Colby will call it a roller rink on principle.
Lowe's.
Oh boy, I keep ending up in the same filthy spots in these drafts.
Do we need more than 5 running backs? No, right?
I think you want to go 4 to 6. I would say that's probably the window. So you can go to 6.
I did draft Chase Brown. I'm excited.
Do you have
about
2
that.
or 3 tight ends?
I have 1 right now.
I don't think you can have 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends, and 6 running backs. I would say that's not enough receivers. Oh boy,
I only got 5 receivers right now. Probably use some more dart throws.
So Tennessee's bought in on Will Levis, right?
It appears that way.
We think so.
Adam, are you going to draft Darnell Mooney if I leave him there for you?
I'm going to draft Darnell Mooney.
You have Kirk Cousins.
Probably not.
Oh wow.
I'm pretty set on Falcons receivers.
You don't like Darnell Mooney.
I mean, there's only so many guys Kirk Cousins can throw the ball to. And
all right, I've been hearing a ton of buzz here. Kendre Miller.
Oh, he was in my queue.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a guy not going this late soon. I guess you got to see what the dust settles with how things are going to be down there, but according to Josh, I'm stealing his picks. Sorry.
All right, you talked me into Darnell Mooney. You talked me into Darnell Mooney.
Wow.
I'm going to look at your team right now. How many receivers do you have, Falcons? 3?
2. 2 and a
tight end. Oh, you're good. That's perfect.
Yeah. No, I'm good. We're good.
Especially with Darnell Mooney. I mean, his biggest issue was that Justin Fields sucked.
He'll have some blow up games. I'm thinking like it's managed, and I have to try to guess when Darnell Mooney's going to have a good game.
You don't have to think about it. That's what's
great
about
set and forget it. It's great.
I see more and more they are launching best ball dynasty leagues, which is actually somewhat something I could at least get behind in that kind of scenario. I'm still not interested. Don't ask me. I'm not going to sign up. All right, we got to do it. Give me some Drake May. I need quarterbacks here.
Is he your first quarterback?
No, I have Jared Goff.
Oh, okay.
He's my backup, and hopefully I can stack him with a New York Giant. That would be fun.
Do you have any Giants on your roster, Ryan?
No.
Wow. He might have Drake May.
Well, Drake May and Keon Coleman is my prediction. That's a stack already. Ready, built. Oh, who took Will Levis? You cocksucker! I want all Will Levis. I want Will Levis on every one of my teams, Sean.
You want the Mayo? You want the Mayo eater?
I'm telling you, that Tennessee team is going to be the key to winning the money this year. I'm making that prediction. The Tennessee Titans
slot machine talking, Ryan.
But why?
Because they're going all in with a guy who can sling a deep ball. Calvin Ridley, the best stuff he does is run straight down the field. D-Hop, the best stuff he still does, run straight down the field. Chig, what does he do best as a tight end? Run vertically down the field. They bring in the speed of Pollard. They have Tajay Spears, completely different identity on the offensive side. You have Daddy Callahan there to coach the offensive line. I mean, and the slot machine was very fruitful.
The slot. How's the slot?
I'll add that in as a last bit. Oh boy, we're really diving down the board here, which is fun because you want to get different, right, Sean?
Oh yeah.
Get weird.
Let's get freaky. Khalil Herbert. He's still good. I don't know if I need any more running backs though.
How many do you have?
I got 5.
Ooh, little quarterback run going. Justin Fields gone. Wow, no one's writing back to Gino. I see. I got 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 receivers, and 2 tight ends. Kelsey and Goddard feels like I don't need a 3rd tight end, but I told myself I'd draft 3 tight ends every time. So I will do that. Who was the late tight end we were talking about last time? The Rams. Is it Colby Parkinson?
No, I think it's Davis Allen or something.
No. They signed Colby Parkinson.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
Jonnu Smith on Miami. He's an interesting piece. They went out and signed him. I'd imagine they plan on you. Oh, sorry.
No. Who's Cleveland's who's Pittsburgh's 3rd string tight end? That's the guy. Oh, Darnell Washington. You want some Darnell Washington.
Big donkey.
Yeah.
Georgia guy. He was more just a massive human being, really. Like that. Again,
he might have too many physical tools for Arthur Smith to want to play him.
You never know. You never know. Although I am interested to see what position Cordell Patterson plays. Like that's a lot.
Quarterback.
That's a big.
Obviously.
Get him the damn
goal line back.
I don't know. He's just a quarterback. They're going to run the triple option with Jaylen Warren, Cordell Patterson, and Najee Harris. The Russell Wilson and Justin Fields stuff was just a fake out.
So Antonio Gibson getting drafted this late, he's going to the Patriots. Could he not be the check down darling on that offense? If it's not Ramondre, he's an interesting piece. They went out and signed him for a reason.
I mean, he fits that role better than Ramondre. I mean, they did a lot to not put the ball in Ramondre's hand last year. You know, they used Zeke a ton last year at a level I don't think people were anticipating them using him at.
Oof. I'm just scrolling down the board and having a nice chuckle at some of the players how many rounds do we have left here? Jesus.
We got 5 more picks left for me.
Kramer, fun trivia question.
You're on the clock.
Who had more touches last year? Zeke or Ramondre Stevenson?
Zeke.
Zeke had 40 more touches than
That's
Ramondre.
crazy.
All right, here is my stack with Drake May, Jalen Hyatt to go with.
Damn it,
Keon
Kramer!
Coleman.
What the hell?
I mean, he's what you. Oh, Treylon Burks, son of a bitch, Adam.
I also you talked me into Tennessee. You got me hyped on this. Treylon Burks can't do much, but Treylon Burks run fast.
Well, and he's the guy that no one's going to pay attention to if he does get on the field. All right, let's see. We got 3 picks left. I only have 2 quarterbacks. I probably need another quarterback. Oof. Just not a lot of good options. I only have 4 running backs. Is that enough, Sean?
4? No. Khalil Herbert's available.
Khalil Herbert?
Damian Pierce. AJ Dillon, Tank Bigsby, Israel Abanaconda, Kenny G, Kenneth Gainwell.
Just need to double check a depth chart real quick. Running out of time quickly. Yeah, we're going to take Kenny Gainwell. You've talked too much shit about Barkley's injury for this not to turn out hilarious this season. I will be drafting a lot. Is there any chance they're going to draft a guy too, maybe, or the Kent Gainwell will be the solidified backup at the start of the season? You're just going to completely ignore that question.
What's Sean going to do when they sign Zeke in free agency?
Oh no, that can't happen.
No.
That would be very difficult for Sean to cope.
I don't know. I would assume
Zeke
they're gonna...
and Saquon, just an all-time. We don't
Zeke's
care about division.
Zeke's got a little juice left in the tank. Let's be real.
He's back.
That belly would look good in the Eagles uniform.
He is back.
Belly, get an Eagles belly shirt.
It's very cute. There might be some value in Dan Jones, guys. He is trending towards being healthy for training camp.
That's what we were told last year.
I wonder, who do you think has the best? Well, you said Jayden Daniels. Who do you? That was fantasy. I guess that probably means he has a decent season. I don't know. Looking down the barrel of JJ McCarthy, what are we thinking? I feel like he has a pretty
no fantasy value.
He's gonna run the ball. I do think he's gonna run the ball a sneaky amount. Yeah, I think Josh has been in my ear about his athleticism. I think it is true. I think there's a chance that his legs are a part of his package early in his career.
Well, if he goes to Washington, he might not even start early on.
Yeah, you think he'll sit behind
Jacoby Brissett?
Brissett's in New England, Sean.
Oh, that's
you
right.
know
Sorry.
ball.
I was confused.
Ball.
I was confused.
Know ball.
Drake May is going to New England.
No, that's
Jayden Daniels going to Washington. That's why I was confused.
Depends.
And where does Sam Howell end up?
He's already in Seattle.
Yeah, he got dealt to Seattle.
Him? Oh my gosh, this is.
I don't know why you give up. I don't know why you give up on Seattle, or on Sam Howell. I mean,
I don't know either.
And with that god awful offense they had last year,
I mean,
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't give him the starting job, and I would still maybe draft a quarterback. But like, he had some moments where he played at a pretty high level. He's a young guy. Like, I don't know. I'm by no means a Sam Howell fan, but I felt like they gave up on him way too early.
Yeah, but it's Dan Quinn. Like, when is Dan Quinn?
That's valid. Yeah.
Like, I mean, do you believe in Cliff Kingsbury?
Me personally, no.
I mean, that feels like an awful hire unless they're going to try to get to Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a pretty sick living room for the draft that one year.
Ryan, Darren Waller available.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up. Just trying to. I don't know why you're sharing my.
Are you gonna cop his latest album?
No. In fact, it's very awkward to see him rapping.
No.
I don't want to sound like an old white guy.
Which is worse, Darren Waller rapping or Greg Olsen rapping?
Oh, that's a great question.
I drafted Greg Olsen, Ryan. Israel Abanaconda running it back.
Kramer, I think we're missing an opportunity on the third leg parlay. ask me about my third leg apparel. I think anytime you load that up, it needs to play the Greg Olsen song.
We gotta see if we can find.
By the way, 20 rounds in the draft now, Sean. Forgot we got those sweet bonus rounds. All these players I don't give a shit about staring me right in the face. Who do I take?
Producer Josh, I sent you the Greg Olsen 7th Floor Crew music video if you want to.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Anyone who doesn't know what we're referencing, you're missing out.
JJ McCarthy gone. I don't know if there's any more quarterbacks.
Russell Wilson, Danger Russ, Ryan, ultimate him.
No,
Danger Russ. He spices things with black pepper. Nothing spicier than black pepper.
Wait, hold on. Actually, send it to me, Sean. I should be able to play it.
All right, you're in the Slack.
Hold on, I'm on the clock. Holy shit! All right, I'm gonna add to my Rams. All right.
Considering taking a shot on Zach Ertz.
What? He is going to catch the ball a ton.
No, I mean, you saw how many catches he had in.
Hold on, get this.
7th Floor Crew.
Yeah, I'll give me a second. As soon as I make my pick, I'll get it going.
Producer Josh unfortunately drafted Darren Waller, a guy who's going to retire. Producer Josh, you should listen to the show.
No.
What are you doing?
No.
No.
He sees great value, I think.
Massive upside.
Massive. Samaje Perine still out there, Sean?
Dawson Knox, is he completely cooked, Adam?
I don't think he's cooked. I think he's someone the Bills should trade before too long as well, because they're paying him $14 million a year and cap space got super tight. Maybe the 49ers want him. They like tight ends.
I took one of Adam's guys, Rondell Moore. They must have plans for him if they traded for him. All right, here we go. Let's get this. Whoa. All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Wait, hold on, I got to make sure they can hear it. All right, here we go.
This thing on? Good. Hi, this is Marvelous. This song, what I say? This song in its entirety is not meant to disrespect any women in its entirety. Well, you know what I mean. All right, bring the track. Yeah,
this is horrible.
You know how that shit goes. If your hoe only know that she was getting fucked on the 7th floor. If that bitch only knew that she was getting muddied by the whole crew. What would she do? What would she do? What's your name? What you do? Hold my nuts. How you do it? With your hands in a smile. True. Yeah, if you only knew that your hoe was getting done up by the whole 7th floor crew, tell me what would you do? Would you cry like you a bitch or would you try to hate on me? Don't matter to me, shit, that's why your ass stay lonely. I stay rubbing, stay squeezing that ass for days. Don't fry your ass at me, play, that's how my.
I gotta find the Greg Olsen line, right? I swear there's an actual video. What is this?
That click and taste the right
what
spot.
the fuck is that? Where's the white guy? Are you sure this?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What's your name?
G-Reg.
What you do?
Get head.
How you do?
Drop my drawers and let her see my third leg. Chillin' on the 7th floor. I gotta let these chickens know. Big Greg is in the house and I finna make these hoes choke. On my balls, on my dick, then I'm bustin' up quick. On the face, on the chest, stick my dick between the breasts. Come on, fellas, let's get weird. Stick your dick up in the ear. While I'm laughing at these guys, a second to all in the eyes. That's how we do it, son. In the eyes.
I mean, you think Fox is aware of this?
That's why he's not the number one crew.
But he is the number one guy.
Well, until Brady gets there.
That was pretty offensive by Greg Olson. He's a buttoned up guy.
If you
now he is.
There was a picture of him wearing goggles because he's talking about busting in an eye. I mean, that's
just good safety, Ryan.
The 7th floor, danger. Make sure I have to make a mental note. Don't go to the 7th floor in Miami. All right. Looks like we got 2 rounds left, Sean. I got Jared Goff, Drake May, Kyron Williams, Pacheco, Pollard, Kendre Miller.
It's a horrible team.
Kenny Gainwell. Thank you. Monroe St. Brown, T. Higgins, Hollywood Brown, Jamison Williams, Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman, Jalen Hyatt, Rondell Moore, Travis Kelce, Dallas Goddard, Colby Parkinson. This game's all over. This team's all over.
I'm not going to make it. I had a plan here, and I don't think it's going to work. I should have flipped the order of my picks there.
Oh, you think you're going to get snaked?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get snaked. Just looking at who's on the board.
I don't even know. Oh, there's Donald Parham. Who took him? Is that you?
I ran a 4 tight end set.
Ooh, that's different.
Luke Musgrave, Johnny Smith,
that's different.
Kylan Granson, and Donald Parham.
That's different.
Because I got Anthony Richardson and Justin Herbert.
All right. All right. So what? I have 2 picks left. Do I take a 3rd quarterback, Sean? I have Drake May and Jared Goff.
No, you're good.
Bo Nix is out there. Maybe that's the guy. We do think we believe he's gonna get drafted by Denver.
Taysom Hill. You could take some Taysom Hill. Sam Howell.
Sam Howell's interesting. Like, is he gonna be a starter in Seattle? Is he gonna win the job from Geno? Is that a thing? Like, are we gonna?
I mean, I wouldn't be drafting Geno because I don't think it's guaranteed he's starting all.
They traded for a guy to give him competition.
Yeah, it's new coaching staff. They're not in love with Geno Smith. His deal is very short.
About his letters.
They might draft a quarterback. They're probably a dark horse to draft a quarterback.
Oh boy, I think I might do it. I have a plan. Give me Russ. 19th round. Are you kidding me?
Oh, let's go. He sat there. Let's go.
What'd you get?
Elijah Moore.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I don't know what, I mean, with Jerry, I mean, I guess you got, wait. Oh, I was going to say, did you draft Deshaun Watson? That would have been very
I did not draft Deshaun Watson. I did not draft Deshaun. I told you what I was going to do.
Deshaun Watson.
I told you what I was going to do. And assuming producer Josh doesn't snipe me, I get to complete it.
Yeah.
Elijah Moore, Josh Reynolds, Kendrick Bourne.
That is
Jameis
awesome.
Winston.
That is how
backdoor Cleveland stack right
That's
there.
how you draft.
Very happy with that.
Did you see the clip of him talking about how Mike Evans? I think he was on Pardon My Take, but how Mike Evans is different because he grew up in Galveston, and Galveston's near water, and humans that grow up near water are different breeds because water doesn't discriminate. It's water, and dude, his eye expressions are so.
I love Jameis
fun.
Winston. Just fantastic.
You guys let me get a Russ Wilson, Calvin Austin stack in the 19th and 20th round.
Should have went Cordero Patterson, Ryan.
What are you talking about?
What are you gonna do
if he was a receiver? Maybe.
No, you don't think he's gonna get some catches and goal line options?
I didn't want a 6th running back.
No, he's Cordero Patterson. He's gonna be returning kicks for touchdowns.
What was your final structure? Mine was 3-5-9-3.
2, 6.
Did it wrong.
7, 4.
Whoa!
And I'm actually going to get one more receiver here.
Oh, okay, that's pretty solid. That's solid structure. So maybe 6 not that bad because you sacrificed a quarterback. Bo Nix is available. Trey Lance also available. Jacoby Brissett, starting quarterback, available.
I ended up 3-5-10-2.
Ooh, that's fine.
10 receivers is fun.
Yeah, I mean
I got the 2 reliable tight ends early, so I was like, I don't got to worry about anything. I'm just going to spam receivers late.
I will say my number one takeaway. So the nerds are telling me we should be scrolling off the board to take our last couple picks. which I probably did here. But my real takeaway from last year is I had too many teams with no tight ends because I only had 2. And it's basically driven me to believe that I'm less likely to take 2 elite guys. I'm more likely just to take 3 guys. And in a lot of cases, it's like this, where I take, a decent guy, something more in the middle, and then just some sort of punt throw at the end who's going to get playing time. I do feel strongly about that. I had so many teams that, if not for getting a 0, I had teams that qualified into the postseason that just got a 0 at tight end, and that ended up being the difference. So 3 tight ends on every team this year.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I got 2 of the guys in the second tier of tight ends behind Kelsey, that it was just, I'm going to struggle to give up any more draft assets, even in this format, because anything I get isn't going to save me.
Adam, I see your Jameis Winston, and I raise you Joe Flacco in the 20th round.
I mean, that's how you get that pivot. I mean, who's going to be the guy who's starting late in the year for somebody? Who's going to be and then shows up?
So here's my roster: Anthony Richardson, Justin Herbert, Joe Flacco.
You handcuffed Richardson. I like that.
Devin Achane, David Montgomery, Najee Harris, Raheem Mostert, Chase Brown, who I really like.
Nice.
Israel Abanikanda, and then Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Keenan Allen, Josh Downs, Quentin Johnson, Michael Wilson, Noah Brown, and then the 4 horsemen: Luke Musgrave, Jonnu Smith, Kylan Granson, and Donald Parham Jr.
That is the 4 horsemen. Adam?
We went Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins, Jameis Winston.
Ah, beautiful. What a quarterback.
I mean, that's great. Can we flip this draft to a super flex draft? I feel really good about my guys. Then we had Travis Etienne. Oh Lord, it went away. 1 second. Travis Etienne, James Cook, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, Ezekiel Elliott. Receivers: Drake London, Khalil Shakir, Jerry Jeudy, Jahan Dotson, Darnell Mooney, Xavier Legette, Treylon Burks, Tez Walker, Justin Shorter, Elijah Moore. Tight ends: Kincaid and Pitts.
Leggett is the receiver out of South Carolina, right?
The guy who tall out there and you're gonna be running real fast and be catching that ball and you're real good.
I'll say this: the wife. I had some days with the wife out of town. If you watch his film, he has some plays where it's almost like that fake DK Metcalf video where he hangs in the air. That dude has some, like, he's gonna make some plays rookie year where people are like, whoa. Hopefully he goes to a fun team. All right, Jared Goff, Drake May, Russell Wilson are my quarterbacks. Let me repeat that: Jared Goff, Drake May, Russell Wilson are my quarterbacks. To go with Kyron Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, Tony Pollard, Kendre Miller, Kenneth Gainwell. Apologies, Kenny. Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, Hollywood Brown, Jamison Williams, Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman, Jalen Hyatt, Rondell Moore, Calvin Austin, Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, Colby Parkinson. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. Hey, still a few days left for Merch Madness. Get in 15% off everything in the merch store. Make sure you check out sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Tons of great articles. We got a bunch of Underdog Fantasy Daily Pick'em articles for hockey, hoops, MMA. We got you covered.
You skipped baseball, Sean. I know we all hate baseball, but we have baseball Underdog back. We have college basketball Underdog still for men's and women's. Ooh. Cody Zeeb was like, yo, we need to have some of this. And I said, Cody, let's do it. Cody absolutely standing on his business and making things happen.
Cody,
too many nice things.
Check out the NASCAR Gambling Podcast, and
I'll beep that out.
Oh, come on, you couldn't go there. We did say a lot of nice things about Colby. He has bad judgment though. He's a New England Patriots fan.
And of course, the featured podcast this week, MLB Gambling Podcast. To Adam's point, baseball is back better than ever. Daily picks pods, daily picks up on the website and the app. Get it all. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com. And of course, closes the fucking thing.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
I love this team, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.